Yes.
Yes, it says the Chief Executive Officer. As the accounting officer of council.
What line is that?
And supervision of the financial and accounting operations of the council. He is personally responsible for the due performance of the financial duties of council. And I now ask you, who would be responsible?
You know, there are responsibilities that are direct, there are some responsibilities that are indirect. You?
You had approved the payment of $1,066,000 to Mr. Kanjuda.
So you will say, based on the voucher that you have before you, that was 400 and
D9.
It's a different transaction.
Why? How is it different?
It's a different transaction. Just by the voucher for D8.
Yes.
So this thing do not happen on the same date, I believe.
Did it happen on the same date?
It does not happen in the same date.
Did Mr. D8 and D9 to Dakar? Kanjuda Kani?
Yes.
Did he travel on two separate occasions for the repair? On the same day? Let me read to you what his statement reads. He says, on the first page, I understand that the said bulldozers were received from the army commander and they were maintenance by council's mechanic, Buba Kujabe, and started operation. Later, having discussed with Lai, I told him to assess the conditions of the bulldozers and get back to me, which he did and said us for 2 bulldozers, which information I relay to council through my line, that the directorate. So before I proceed, Sakai knew what he was doing, and he had 2 bulldozers that had problems, and they needed to be fixed. During the discussion, Lai preparing which information I relayed to council and was later agreed, and subsequently Lai Trans provided me with a list of parts to be bought for the maintenance of the said bulldozers, machines. The agreement was myself, Fado Sonko, Buba Kujabe, and my official driver. Required parts and handed them over to the mechanic Lai, and had the machines fixed. The transaction was one and the same. Monies were paid to Unko Land's account. You understand that? And he would.
My understanding of this is.
I told you the amount is $1,066,000.
On the 2.
Mr. Cham, let me show you the bank account of Unko Land. Can I have the exhibits, please? The voucher PV number 190378 with respect to the payment of 50%. Mr. Cham, can you please tell us what that voucher is?
I only see one voucher.
Mr. Cham,
Mr. Cham.
Yes.
If you ask the question again, you will slip in mile 2 right away. You answer the questions you are not supposed to ask him. I don't need any response from you. Answer the questions. If he needs to ask, show you any voucher, he will not show you any voucher. You are seated there. Please proceed.
The ones that I have based on this bank statement.
Just please put down your phone.
I'm adding the total.
Can you please put down your phone? Now, I have given you a voucher you recognize that voucher?
The one you showed me
Yes.
previously.
The one you have currently with you.
This okay. Is this not a bank statement that?
Do you see a voucher attached to the bank statement, Mr. Chan?
Okay. Yeah, that's fine.
A voucher attached to the bank statement.
Yes,
In
I
that
saw the voucher.
document.
It's here.
What is the voucher about?
122,500.
What is the number? The PV number?
0378.
What is the description of the voucher?
And 9 from Dakar as per the number.
50% payment.
Yes. The amount is 122,500.
122,500.
For the
Does that not suggest it is one transaction?
transportation.
Yes. One transaction.
To my understanding, it's not one transaction.
Okay. Now let me show you the $2,504 is, and P 190468. Yes, so the first one I have given you, what is the voucher number that you have?
That is PV.
Date of the voucher?
Pardon?
Date. July
2019.
2019.
Yes. This is being cost of spare parts for the this number, the number 00.
Day 9.
Yes.
The second voucher? Yes, the PV number?
0468.
Description, date?
The date is this is being cost of spare parts for the
Is it paid to the recipient?
I beg your pardon?
The recipient?
Yes. Correct, yes.
And was there a receipt attached to it, these two vouchers? Were there receipts issued?
This is 491.
No, the date on the receipt.
Okay. 18th of July 2019.
Second?
Yes, correct.
The date of the voucher are the same.
The dates on the voucher are the same.
The issue is for D8 and D9.
Yes.
The transportation is the same.
Yes, I guess. Nice.
Do you now see why it is the same transaction?
That's what I'm looking for, yes. The date for the request for their maintenance. At the finance department and the procurement happens the same date, but the request for maintenance.
Is that not the case?
That's true.
Now, do you still maintain that they are different? Or why did Nkolan win the first and the second?
Why?
bidding? Why was he awarded the first contract and the second contract as well? Let contracts committee.
Yes, I do.
Was this issue discussed there? Recall
Yes.
whether it was discussed there.
Yeah.
Please write it down. We will request the minutes of contracts committee if this issue was discussed. What is your role? Section 75, page 85. It says the functions of a contracts committee shall include a. Do you see that? RFQ is subjected to bidding, as we have seen, correct? Procurement, in accordance with the regulation. D, the opening of bids. E, officer of the procurement organization concerned or other official in case the value of the procurement exceeds the authority of the contracts committee. G, ensure that stores and equipments are disposed of in compliance with the act. Everything stands. The law says otherwise. So every procurement must pass through the contracts committee. Even single source must be recommended by the contracts committee. Do you agree with that? Of the procurement organization, that is you as the CEO, shall establish a specialized procurement unit and assign to the heads of those units authority to conduct procurement activities in accordance with the act. Do you see that?
Yes.
So now, Mr. Cham, you don't of not following the law. And you don't, sadly, you don't have an excuse of being ignorant of the law. Is the law, it has to be followed. This particular the proper procedure. And why is that? Is it because you did not know? Or is it
Do the job in the right way? So probably you might have passed through notice. But to be honest with you,
Mr. Kani went to Dakar. Do you know about delivery note?
Yes.
What is a delivery note?
The goods are delivered to the right.
Was that done? Whether the goods that were said to be purchased. Do you not think that is very serious?
You know, there are 3 transactions involved.
Yes.
It's less than 1 million.
What is your
The transportation cost is separate, which
What?
has nothing to do with the rest side.
What is your point?
My point is there are 3 different transactions.
I'm asking you whether you have had evidence of delivery of the machines.
No, I don't. Unless
$1,060,000 is without knowing whether in fact machines were purchased.
I'll have to find out from the procurement.
Write it down. Were these machines fixed? Your evidence?
I was told they were fixed, so
You were told by?
I believe them because they started operations.
You were told by the information they gave you. What are their names?
No, I'll have to get back to you on this.
No. Members of the team.
Yes.
In fact, he was the only one in relation. There was no team. Only Mr. Kanye was involved, and you knew this. You did not know.
Okay.
You see, don't draw me back. Were they fixed? The machines?
I was told they were fixed. I did not go to the site to verify personally. I believed him that they were fixed.
Did you have did KMC keep a control mechanic?
Yeah, we have a mechanic.
Do you speak to the mechanic?
No, I did not at the time.
So you could not.
Not only this one. So, but I did not
So
engage,
that was not very.
engage him on that, to be honest with you.
Any questions to Mr. Chan?
Yes, Mr. Cham, this $1 million that is contained in 23, where you have indicated in the last line of the last page of, let me read it verbatim so that it will be clear. You said, that's the last, which says, there were no $1 million paid to Kanjura Kanye during my time and during any of the time I can remember.
So I do not.
Sorry, please speak into the mic so that I can hear.
Yes, it's correct, because when the investigators asked me at the time that we heard that you paid $1 million, I told them this statement. I did not pay Kanjura any $1 million. So paid to him. So my belief at the time was, because I don't even know it has something. I don't know why.
But Mr. Cham, you needed to have clarified with the investigators.
Yes, I clarified.
So that these vouchers, you sign.
Exactly. So
Yes.
what happened, I recall that it was bulldozer maintenance. I told them that the bulldozers were two machines for the different bulldozers. That was what come to my mind. So if you add the two bulldozers, it will give you 900 as,
It's for convenience.
as provided by the law.
Yes.
Yes.
It's for the meeting of your convenience as the CEO. At your threshold, not above your threshold.
Exactly.
That is why you separated it. That the dates are the same.
Yes.
That the dates are the same.
Yes.
And that's not the case.
Because the time we made the decision, Madam Chair,
Yes.
we only wanted to maintenance. So
Sorry?
we only wanted to maintenance one bulldozer.
Yes, but
Because we thought that the amount would be very much, and then there was discussions and decision that we should also maintenance the second. Procurement now was treating them as different. That's why you see them different vouchers. We would have.
you couldn't have made them in one voucher because it would not have the requirement for your threshold.
Exactly.
So that is why you had to separate it. So that it can meet your requirement. For me, my understanding of the transaction is as a
Yes, in order to abide by the threshold.
that is what
I advise the procurement.
now listen.
Okay.
Is that not trying to abide by the threshold of 500,000 and below?
Exactly.
The 40 million.
Okay.
Can you tell us something about this 40 million that was?
My time as CEO, that was after.
No, but you know something about it. We want
Yes.
you to tell us. I want to be clear. Was it, or was it, you understand, approved for the Mbalit project issue? Yes, Council, you may proceed.
Cham, you had said the only thing that was different was and you said the requests were different dates.
That's what I think.
And you could give me the dates on the request for these two. Yes.
Just allow me. Let me go through.
You have seen it? currently? Or you're looking at?
I'm looking at D9.
The date is there.
Yes. There are two requests here.
Give me the dates.
Yeah, the first request is 16th of July.
Yes?
Yes, and it was approved on the 16th. Okay, the second request is 11 June 2019.
Yes?
It's approved in 27th of August. This one is not clear, it's August. I think this is 2019.
So the 16th July 2019 is a request for spare parts.
Yes. That's for spare parts.
Yes. Now go to the next.
That was requested from 11th of June.
Please go to the next one, the D9. Can I have that voucher and please?
The spare part is 16th July.
Let me have that. And then
Okay,
you.
For D9, which is 11th of June.
Yes. Now. Yes.
This one is 16th July.
It's the same with the D9. The same with the D9 request.
Yes.
The same date.
Yes.
16 July 2019.
Because I'm seeing first approval on it is, I said approved and then it's not. There is no signature. The date is there. There is another one, number 2 also. Director of Finance also approved.
What is your doubt?
So I don't know. I normally sign one. So even this large page also have an approval.
So what is your suspicion?
Anyway, I have doubt on this one.
In the D9, you did not sign the top approval, the DOA's last procurement.
The D9 is, how many approvals are there?
Let me show it again. Yes? And just to confirm, you were saying there were 2 requests for D9. The one for 11th of June 2019, the letter is not a request.
Okay.
The machine, the bulldozer, is that not correct?
Yeah, okay, that was when it went into water.
Yeah. They are the same date. Is that correct?
Yes, you are right.
Yes. Let me please have it. The splitting of procurement or lotting of biddings of procurement, correct? You understand that?
I do not understand your question.
Same, and you divide it into 2 or 3. It's called lotting of splitting of procurement. And the law requires that you must provide lots. So let me refer you to page 19. When lotting of procurement is technically feasible, the procurement may be divided into lots. Number one, there was no contract in this case, correct? No contract was awarded. Yes, this particular payment. Procurement organization may initiate a new proceeding modifying the content of the lots, and the third one should be noted in the record of the procurement proceedings. And that was not done.
I don't get you clear.
It says any lotting of procurement. If you choose to adopt, the contracts committee wants to adopt lotting of procurement, to divide it. Maybe because they feel it is in the interest of the organization, the area council, that you give one contract to one, you adopt that procedure. So there was no contract, no procedure for lotting two. This did not pass through.
That's correct.
Right, thank you. Last issue on, with respect to the D8, D9 is the company Nkola.
I do not know.
Would subsequently withdraw 99% of the 99.9 machines. Were you aware of this?
I was not.
Mr. Chairman, please. It's not clear.
All right. Thank you.
Yes, please.
I was not aware.
You were not aware of this? And clearly said he didn't even take part in any form of bidding. That he was just trying to help. He was sick, very sick. And he had to sign checks and give it to. Were you aware of this?
Where?
Were you aware of this?
To be honest, I was not aware. In fact, the Kolan, I was even thinking that he,
Yes.
as provided by the procurement,
Yes.
the dots, how we can pay to somebody's name and somebody even have access to that account.
Yes.
So, to be honest with you, I do not.
That would be very much hard to believe. The reason being, do you understand? Why would that even happen in the first place?
Because why he do the request is because he is on the ground.
No.
So, but we do not see him as a mechanic to repair the bulldozer. In fact, the expertise to maintenance the bulldozer himself. We know he is not a mechanic.
No, but you have to the contract and not Mr. Kani.
Exactly. That's
Because
what
Mr.
we
Kani,
do.
a request for payment. We have the letter with the date 3rd of cost from Mr. Khan Mustafa Kani. Says, I write to request for payment of 50% of the labor cost. Bulldozer at the Bawardam site and D8. However, this is the first complete over.
That was a different, and that was when the effort to take from the grades.
And how much was paid? $122,000 is $500. That was payment of 50% of the cost of maintenance and transportation of bulldozer D8 and D9 from Dakar, as per.
To remove the bulldozer from the water. That's one.
The description says, let me read again. Being payment, part payment for the cost of maintenance 8 and D9 from Dakar.
Yes.
And the request. And that was wrong. Well, he is not a contractor. Is that not the case?
It's not the contract.
So that's why I said it will be different. In the beginning, you know how involved he was.
You?
When in the beginning, you know how involved he was. Sheriff Njai, he testified. You know Sheriff Njai?
Yes.
He testified the procedure was not followed. You were the acting CEO then. If the finance director can say no, this procedure is not correct, then you knew that Mr. Khan.
Mr. Kanye did not approach me for the payment of $1 million to him. Probably he might met Sirif, but not to my level.
Also difficult to believe because Mr. Njai is a junior officer to you. He doesn't have the absolute authority to send.
He is director of finance. Mr. Njai was director of finance at the time. So, to be honest with you, I'm being honest with you.
Yes.
It is presented as per the voucher that you see.
Very well. That's a CEO, acting CEO.
1 year, 4 months.
What is the period from which year to year?
That was October 2018 to
March?
Yes, 2020. But
he was given honorariums in this period.
What's the date on the
I will ask that the register give you the vouchers in relation to honorariums. October.
Around mid of October. Well, you can, my appointment letter, I think
Yes. Let me show you a voucher for 19th of October 2018.
This voucher narration is
Each of us, please.
being refunded for 10 days workmanship to Alaji excavator operator at the Bakote dump site. Being refunded for 10 days, 10 days workmanship to Alaji Jalo.
Yes. Yes. Why was he paid an amount?
This one I don't know. I think the finance need to explain this. Guys done, I think, by one Lamin Wali claiming for the 10 days.
That's in October, correct?
Yes, yes.
You would have been the CEO at the time.
Yes. Beg your pardon?
You cannot tell us anything about that payment.
I do not understand your question.
I said you cannot tell us anything about that payment, no? What's the basis of that payment? You want to find out?
Yes, let me find out.
Fair enough, you can write it down.
Yes, I'm done.
We have a contract that was issued for debt recovery in 2020, 2nd March 2020. You were the CEO at the time, acting CEO. Correct?
What was the date? 3rd March.
Yes, so he was given a contract for debt recovery for 1 year. What can you tell us about this award of contract to Mr. Khan? What can you tell us as to the basis of Mr. Kine being for debt recovery.
Covering that when he was serving as an interim management member,
Okay.
the time before I become CEO.
What is his record? In debt recovery.
Well, the whole management team, I think they were able to raise the revenue of the council. I do not have record of it, but he was part of the committee that were responsible of going after debtors for debt. The others were on different activities. In a 3 months period, they were able to improve the revenue of council. So
What was the amount to be recovered in 2020 prior to the award of contract to Mr. Kanye for debt recovery?
Yeah, because he was given.
How much do you know that he had recovered?
No, I do not.
You do not know. So you cannot back up your assertion that he had been very instrumental.
They are
I'm
report.
listening.
Yes.
But if you don't have data, how can you back up your assertion?
Anyway, it was the interim management team. Anyway, I cannot say much about
The claim is unfounded because it is not substantiated.
it. Yes, I can.
Do you know his qualification at this time?
No, I do not.
You do not know. Did you ask? Sent his CV?
I never seen it.
Now, the other issue is in relation. He's up, but in 2020 you were not. You were not present, correct?
Yes, correct.
Do you know his record at the level of council?
Do I know?
His disciplinary.
Not much.
You don't know.
Not.
In 2019, April, 10th of April 2019, Mr. Dembo SNC for unretired impressed. Were you aware of this? That's a letter from Sane, correct?
Yes.
What was his role?
It was the.
Please
at the-
speak
at
into
the
the
time-
microphone.
At the time. I read it, huh?
Yes, sir.
So the letter is after I report. I hereby write to ask you to retire $180,000 in 2019. Big impress for food for disaster team. Signed Dembo San.
Were you aware of this?
No, I was. Traveled to US. This time did not meet me there, I suppose.
Even if you come back, these are financial issues. There would have been bank reconciliations.
Yes.
One of two things. Either you were not functional, Mr. Cham, as CEO, or you just knew about it going by that letter. If you have had a bank reconciliation, it would have captured this.
I was not aware of this.
Do you want to be given time to give us information about this amount?
I'm totally not aware of this. I'm just seeing this for the first time.
Yes, but we want you to give aware of this letter.
Really?
Yes. on his side.
But I think the compliance director, the director of admin, will be very useful in this.
Absolutely. But as CEO too, you should be very useful. Ideally, you should be very useful. Lastly, the issue of Mr. Kani overseeing the position of compliance director.
I cannot say precisely, but it's not more than, it's not long, to 6 months or for 3 or 2 months. It's not long.
Do you know what his qualification is in relation to compliance?
You mean compliance director?
Yes.
That's a high level of qualification.
Good. So you will at least need.
Yes. Yes.
No, the answer is no. He said no.
That
his highest qualification. Agree.
Anyway, for Mr. Kanya, I've never seen his documents. He's
with due process.
He was just doing a temporarily over.
Do you think it is in line? The office, the appointment did not say it has to be temporal.
I do not think, if he do not have the qualification, I do not think.
You don't think he has a qualification?
No, I said, if at all his qualification is not up to that.
Yes.
So I do not think he qualified for that.
Yes. So now, ideally, you should be in a position to tell us what absolute freedom and for whatever reason, it appears as if not even you, the CEO, could do anything. For the positions he had been by. Is that not the correct statement?
So do you want the answer to be yes or no?
No, you can give me.
You know, Mr. Kanye, the fact that he was appointed as the council think that he has that qualification. I personally have never laid my eye on a contract, so we thought that he still have the capability. Personally,
not seen Mr. Kanye's productivity in council. Mr. Kanye cannot even keep records. Mr. Kanye cannot even demonstrate that he can even write. Good at. There is no record. For instance, if I asked you in relation to data of compliance role, what his records were, would you be able to give at the level of the Directorate of Compliance?
I've never seen his activity report.
He does not write anything. He doesn't. He can't even write. That's the level of danger that Mr. Kanye exposes. His house. But do you not think you would have reviewed his file to see his level of qualification if he is to be given a contract or an appointment? So what his qualifications were? Would that not be more appropriate?
You know, for council, for
yes, but you can raise your objection as CEO.
Is it the policy makers? When the policy makers decide?
Policy makers are saying, you are CEO, you are the one running council. That they are toothless bull. Or as finance director, or as that of administration. The argument, when they sit here, is that they want to. Is that how it happened in council?
For us, for me, we have the elected people who are elected by the people and they came to the council. They are representing their people. So that resolution is bigger than
It's
the...
binding. Which I agree, and they pass these resolutions and they appoint people. But now, if they say you are responsible,
them, that is their opinion.
now for you,
For me, what I see, do not question the resolution because we feel it is binding.
yes.
So I think they should be in
So
position.
who is Mr. Cham sitting as CEO appointment on contract for Mr. Kanye?
Yes, Mr. Kanye has so many appointments.
No,
Contract.
that's why I'm limiting it to your time. For every CEO, they will answer for their time. Now I am asking you, who appoints Mr. Kanye or you as CEO?
So maybe you can take it this way. So if the council resolve, the CEO has naturally
Council is responsible.
to implement. I think that statement.
So council is responsible? I just want to hear it from you. Is council responsible?
The CEO derives its authority from the powers of the council.
And so whatever,
If the council resolve,
did I yes?
that answer will be difficult.
No, Mr.
But
Cham.
I self-explicit. It's
No,
explicit.
no, there is no,
Mr. Chairman,
there is no, yes.
answer
Mr.
the
Chair.
question. It's either it's yes or no, or both of you. By rules and regulations.
Correct.
They act with.
Correct.
So it is not alpha and omega. To comply with the law. So answer the question.
I have no questions further for this witness.
We'll deal with the financial issues, Mr. Cham. Thank you so much for coming. And Thursday.
Good afternoon. Can you speak into the mic, please? Hello. Look at me the way I'm holding. Can you hold the mic like that? Okay. Welcome to this religion. Okay. Mr. Bojan, can you help him? Sit here.
Olaf.
Mr.
Ban laka nga buga laka? Olaf. Deda mung la laite ban logom da julit nga wala kreken na? I'm a Muslim.
Okay. Do you wish to swear?
I'm ready to hold the Quran.
Okay, Madam Chair, the witness wishes to swear by the Holy Quran.
Wow, ikati ko ci kaw.
And then repeat
Wow.
after me.
Waaw léegi mu ne nga wax lu mooy wax rek.
I, Boubacar Kujabi, do swear that I'll speak the truth,
and nothing but the truth.
so help me God.
So help me God.
Thank you. You may be kindly seated. Madam Chair, the witness.
afternoon, Mr. Baji. Mr. Kujabi, sorry.
I'm fine.
You are welcome.
Nena ñu ngi laa ndokkale bismillah.
Mr. Could you mention your name?
Mu ne sa tur ak sa sant.
Man maa ngi tudd Boubacar Kujabi.
Boubacar. Dégg nga fii.
Talending Kunja.
Talending I reside.
What is your occupation?
Lan mooy sa liggéey Boubacar?
Mécanique.
Mécanique.
Waaw.
My occupation.
Where do you work?
maa ngi fa depuis 2000.
This was the year 2000. Very well.
Were you employed or?
Council yi ñoo la jël dañ la jël liggéey wala dafa nekk suñ sa soxlaay lañ la de oo.
Non dañ ma
te suñ la jëlee liggéey leeta bu nga xam ne dañ la ko bi dee binde di la woon ne léegi jël nañ la na am nga ko wala rek.
déedéet indiwuma ko de.
No, I unfortunate. I did not.
We would request that you please provide us with the appointment letter.
Nee na léegi lu ñu ñuy def mooy dañ lay bantuwaat pour nga gis ne lettre boobu dañ ko soxla pour nga def sa kattan nga isi ko fi.
ok ok.
Very well. Ñetti weer ñu daal di la bind lettre di la woon ne léegi gis nañ ne sa liggéey bi daal mën ngaa continuer. Confirmation. I know the confirmation letter, but unfortunately I could not have one.
What is your?
Nee na suñu la grade fay bi nee na xam nga lan mooy sa grade. 8.
For how long have you been? Now, as the council mechanic, what your role?
Nee na soo ne man mécanique laa nee na léegi ñu ngi laa laajte yow ndax.
ma liggéey.
Yes.
ma liggéey mooy maintenance moto yi moto council yi.
I am there to make the maintenance of the vehicles of council.
And how do you do this? For instance,
léegi naka nga ko dee defee su fekkee ne léegi am nañ moto bi nga xam ne dañ ko bëgg pour nga liggéey ko yow lan. If it happens there is a vehicle which have a problem, if I inspect the vehicle and know the problem.
luy problème bi loolu lañ dee binda ma jox gaay.
I do write the main problems. Guys.
Are you educated?
Nee na jàng nga.
No. dañ ma ko dee bindal.
They do write it for me.
Now who will write for you?
Nee na kan moo la ko dee bind. am na ñu nga xam ne tamit ñu ngi saroon di liggéey sa département bi. ndax am na ñu nekk saroon.
waaw am na ñu nekk sama ron.
Yes, I do have GTIN.
Now, do you for instance, if there's any vehicle that has a problem in council, do they also go to other mechanics outside?
Nee na lu mooy laajte mooy moto council yi nga xam ne yëpp council ñoo ko moom moto boo xam ne am na problème. ndax moto
dafa am fuñ ko dee yóbbu.
Yes, there are certain vehicles when it have a problem they take them to a different place.
Why is that?
Nee na lu tax loolu. I have no idea.
Is that because you cannot solve the problem, you can't repair those cars? Or
lan moo dee mën a tax loolu ndax dafa nekk yow problème yi nga xam ne moto boobu am na ko doo ko mën a liggéey. nangam. No.
Do you think that's proper? That they will go to other mechanics?
Nee na ndax te mun ngaa liggéey moto bi wala problème bi ñu bàyyi la yóbbu ko feneen ndax dafa war wala warut.
There was a period that there were.
Nee na dafa amoon jamono yi nga xam ne ñaari bulldozer yi nga xam D9 ak D8 dañu amoon ay yaba.
And they had to take these machines.
waa kan Moustapha Kane dafa war a yóbbu machine yi.
Fixed.
pour nga gis ne ñu mën a koo liggéey.
Do you recall this?
Nee na mbaa mën ngaa fàttale.
bulldozer bi D8.
di D8 bulldozer.
dafa daan woon.
And it fell on the water.
So So boom down where si pax bi.
When it happens, it falls in the water.
Driver bi try naka la mo génnee.
The driver tried how to get it out of because there is a deep hold.
Wow. So léegi man ma ñëw ma ne ma woon ko fan la war a taxaw.
Supposed to stand so that we can pull this.
Because beneen boor bi yëpp mbalit la benn boor boobu rek.
Stand because the other side are all dump side.
Okay bu mu taxawee foofu.
When it happens, it stand there.
mu fay ko foofu.
I then said to him that now leave the thing therein.
So bu mu ko fayee foofu noonu ñu bàyyi fa moto ñu bàyyi fa machine bi.
After we then when he switched off the crane, out of it.
Okay si lañ jël machine suñu leen try mënuñ koo génne ñu contract ko Kanjura.
Then we tried.
Mr. Kanjura bu mu ko tryee mënu koo génne.
When he do tried, but unfortunately he could not be able.
Peter si la ko try.
Peter then tried.
Waaw si la ñu wax ne ñu dimbale ko naka la mu koo génnee.
Then he then asked our assistants to see how he can be able to help and my team.
Waaw si lañ try si lañ dimbale Peter.
That is how we assisted Peter.
Mu hire bulldozer génnee.
That is how we tried until we success by taking it out of the hold. We are doing it. It happens that we dig until we could be able to achieve what we wanted. Dig it until we got the level so that we can be able to pull it out.
Bu loolu amee after that.
Able to take it out, but we then get inside the hole.
Wàcce si suuf ñu génnee drive saaf yi.
Then we get to it and we
pour mu mun a oyof.
so that it can be light.
So buñ defee loolu si lañ ko soog a génnee.
From there, then that.
Now, these two.
Sorry, how long?
mu nekkee bu mu daanoo ak bi nga ko génnee yaagaay bi mooy lan.
Am na fa almost 2 months.
Almost 2 months.
Thank you.
2 months am
Continue.
na ko fa.
2 months.
Yes. Now, is it functional or it had issues?
nee na léegi wax nga ne.
Mechanical problem.
def ngeen seen kattan ba ngeen génne ko si pax bi. nee na bi ngeen ko génne si mooy ban machine D9. D9.
So how about D8?
D8 bi moom boobu dafa kuule woon.
For D8, unfortunately, it have a problem, machine problem. It was what we normally call cooling.
Now, Mr. Kanyi.
No.
So in short, that were different from you and your team. Please explain that part.
Wow.
Already.
After
removing and after when we detected to open the machine.
Okay,
and now we were waiting, listening for the. Later we heard that there was. I was informed by our drivers that.
So
when I was informed,
okay,
I agreed. I say, okay, there is no problem. Then I think now I'm relieved. Nena kon machine panam bi kon yow ak sa kati mu ngeen ko liggéey.
Yes, because machine bi D9 bi.
Myself accompanied them to Kanila. When we brought it, unfortunately, there was a turbo problem. And it happens there was a Nigerian expert
So buñ ko indiyee
When he was brought,
bu mu ñëwee buñ
when we realized that there was a turbo problem,
ñu génn turbo bi
we then removed the said turbo.
waaw so kooku mu ne turbo bi Sénégal la wala Nigeria ñu fly ko
He then
Nigeria.
advised us to say that that turbo cannot be able to be repaired here. Or
ok bu mu waxee loolu noonu
when he says so,
pour ma nax ko rek ma ne ko léegi man am na tubaab boo xam ne bu ma dee liggéeyal turbo yi
I
xaaral
then,
ma won ko
I then said to him that now,
ko buñ ko wàccee mu ñibbi
then from there I drop him off.
bi yóbbu ko si office bi
I then took the turbo to my office.
ma liggéey ko foofu noonu
I then repaired it therein
ba mu baax
until it is good.
fekka spenuñ fa
The following day, it was fixed.
buñ ko moom si boppam buñ ko ooyee pour mu ñëw ne turbo bi pare na nanguute ñu
And that was ready for him to come and see. He refused to come.
Why do you think he refused to come?
Nena lan
Initially, and the cost to fix it was really not true.
nena nda mun na neka lum la wax naka la koy liggéey ak price bi da neko dafa nekkoon loo xam ne amutoon du dëgg.
waaw
Yes.
At no cost.
Te yow bi nga ko liggéey dépense leen dara sil bon si kawam. That's correct.
So you had saved council more than $400,000.
Nena kon soo ko seetee yow sa boppa xaar nga kan.
Should they not have done the same thing when this issue of the machines DNA had problems to
Nena-
consult?
Problème ndaa mënuñ def façon yooyu pour gis la ñu gis ne ndaa mën nga ko liggéey wala mënuloo ko liggéey.
non defuñ loolu
nee na ndaa mënuñ koo def. voilà.
non
Council,
defuñ loolu
you
No.
forgot you are speaking Wolof.
Thank you, Lord Chairperson.
Chairperson, I was grateful for the guidelines.
The guidelines.
He guided
Thank
me.
you.
Thank you.
Thank you for the reminder.
Yes.
Significant amount of money in relation to the first problem.
nee na soo ko seetee lu tax mu wax loolu bu njëkk bi nga xam ne wax nga ne turbo bi moo am problème nee na yow xaar nga leen pour ñu dépense foofu xaalis bu bëri parce que lu ñu waroon a dépense nee na machine yi dal di amaat problème.
Is it not proper for you to be
ñu wax la ko yëgal la ko.
So that you
machine bi amaat nañ problème de.
so that you can advise
naka loo mun a wax si machine yi.
as to what need to be done?
lan la ñu war a def wala lan la machine yi soxla pour def leen.
te war nañ ma ko wax
Yes, it was necessary for me to be informed. Even if I'm not working it, but it will be given to someone, let me be informed.
One problem,
Then so c'était ñaareel problème bi.
they spent more than in the name of purchasing spare parts for
lu
the
ñu waxoon mooy
D9.
ay bagages lañ jëndoon ay bagages.
Was it subsequently fixed? Did it fix the problem?
nee na ndaa problème bi mujjee dañ ko mujjee liggéey machine.
aha acca
mu ne machine bi wax nga ne dafa paan nee naa wér ba mu baax.
machine bi baaxut
The machine was not good.
It was not.
because D9 bi bi mu ñëwee
When the D9 was brought back,
boobu daf dee tànga D8 bi
the D8
boobu cylinder head bi dafa amoon problème man maa ko fixaat ak suma team bi
I am the one and my team fixed that problem.
waaw
Yes.
noonu la doon doxee ba mu taxaw
That was how it was.
Dakar mosta liggéey nag
But since it was from Senegal, it have never functioned.
Yes. I just want to know whether at any point did the DA and D9 do any work?
Jena buga pour xam moy nda musna am jamono nga xam ne D8 ak D9 dañuy defoon seen liggéey si dump site.
They were taken to the dump site. Were they able to use the bulldozers to do the work?
Nee na ko si dump site bi nda mun nañu liggéey foofu bulldozer yi.
waaw ñu ngi doon liggéey.
8 and 9, yes, they were.
For D8, how much fuel do you normally use to fuel it?
nee na su ñëwee si D8 nee na ñaata gasoil
D8 bi because man dama waxoon gaay ne ñu ko jox 200 liters because fuel pump bu mag la.
my 200 liters because it has a huge pump.
Because tank bi si boppam daf day jël 400.
Because the capacity of the tank is about 400, half of it, and that is 200 liters.
Pour pompe bi bañ a yaaxu.
So it will stay longer.
waaye ñu ne boobu dafa tànga ci ñoom.
But responded by saying that that is too high for them.
So how many times do you dress the dump site?
xaw ma ñaata yoon la daal.
Well, for
parce
that,
que man garage bi laa dee nekk.
I don't know because Gary.
su problème amee foofu laa
What's
dee
up?
dem foofu.
Whenever there is a problem or when a problem occurs, that is the time I used to go.
Thank you. With all the money spent to maintenance in Dakar, when the bulldozer came to Dakar, it's not been.
xam ne council dépasse nañ ko si bulldozer yooyu buñ ko delloo ba léegi bulldozer yooyu mënuñ liggéey dara.
liggéeyut.
No, they don't at all. They did not.
Hello, Chairperson, we will want to proceed with the witness after break. Want to actually the investigators. If you see your signature, will you be able to recognize it?
Statement. Yes.
Now, your second part of the statement is in relation to about 19 trucks, 21 trucks. You recall this?
Yes, I do hide it from the people, but I was not informed.
There was a delegation that went to China. Do you not think that it would have been important as a chief mechanic
ndax yow pour nga bokk si team bi pour nga war a dem mun a seet moto yooyu noonu balaa ñu jënd ko comme yow yaay fiita bi si council bi nee naa mbaa noo ko gisee mbaa warutoon pour yow tax nga bokk si trip bi.
moto boo xam ne dëgër na ak bu dëgërul man maa war a xam ne.
Because I have the experience or the knowledge or the know-how. nee na kon dafa mel ni yow sa xalaat bi ak loo xam ne loolu ngeen waroon a advice loolu moom.
Came to the Gambia when it was transported.
nee na kon moto yooyu wala mag truck yooyu bu ñu ko xam ne moto yi suñu amee problème moo ko war a jagar.
espace. defee daal.
I don't-
waaye foofu la moto yi daan dem daal.
Tell exactly how they are making the maintenance, but all I know is that the vehicles used to go there.
Were you involved in the
am na yeneen problème moo am suñu yàggee foofu noonu ñu leen delloo si yéen nag léegi man dama koo liggéey.
Yes, as I said earlier on, all these problems, they take these vehicles.
Why would they not repair them? Is it because they cannot repair them?
Nee na lu tax moto yi di yàgga foofu duñ leen dee reports, but they park the vehicle there for a long time and I see to it sometimes go and collect it and bring it to me.
So
But I
because
cannot
of
tell-
that,
but I-
because of the please.
I cannot tell exactly what was the cause.
So you have worked with.
Nee na comme fu mu ne nii yow yaay chief engineer naka la mécanique yow am nga xam-xam saayam bi naka nga gisee moto yooyu bu ñëwee.
waaw
It's better but they are not very strong as expected.
because fu ñu toll nii waroon nañoo passé fii.
Because I mean,
So you would not recommend these trucks?
nee na kon su fekkee ne yow sa gis-gis bi wala sa xam-xam bi kon.
This witness. That's all. Unless you have, do you have any other thing that you want to say in relation to your?
Yes, so now for these bulldozers, have they been sold or are they still parked at the dump site?
nee na machine yu mag yooyu wala da ngeen ko park place.
benn banque fa D8 banque fa.
D8 is still there.
D8, is it working?
nee na D8 mbaa mu ngi dox.
déedéet.
No.
Why?
nee na loo ko.
ah.
lu tax liggéeyaloo ko wala doo ko liggéey.
noise bi nii comme que gis naa ne spend nañ si xaalis bu bëri mo lifin bi dawul so léegi bu mu amee problème man tamit.
Touch it or I don't repair it is that because of the last time it was they used a lot of money or they spent a lot of money to repair it and this time.
No, let me put it this way. Do you think you can repair it and make
nga ko jagar ba mu jog mu liggéey.
bu baax sax.
Very well.
Now, why don't you suggest to your head of department for 10 days at 50,000 or 60,000 per day? Would that not be more cost effective?
liggéey foofu da ngeen dee fay xaalis bu bëri pour lu waase la ñu ñëw liggéey nee na su fekkee ne yow mën nga ko liggéey comme ni nga ko waxee nee na lu tax doo.
ah kay loolu mënoon naa am.
Yes, that can be possible.
loxo.
They don't respect the mechanics.
waaw.
Yes.
loolu moo tax yeneen liggéey yi duma si nangoo.
The mechanics. They never, even we have a program, they will never remember us, they will never mention us much more to pray on the mechanic side.
because mécanique yi amuñ heavy duty office yi ñoo leen ëpp salary.
Even the messengers, those who pass or go to office to.
So,
ndax loolu moo war a am.
Mr. Kujabi, so you are saying that you're
nee na kon anyway li nga si sa wane bi li nga bëgg a wax mooy léegi yow comme yow yaay njiit yi.
so who repairs the trucks and you don't have any commission, 1% commission is not paid to you?
nee na commission yi mooy 1% commission duñu la dee fay commission wala jox la
ñoom
commission.
mosuñoo am tus.
we never get anything. seen boppa dañ ko dee isi nga liggéey de.
no cancel waaye léegi-léegi man tam dama dee am contrat yeneen yi nga xam ne dama ko dee liggéey pour ma mun a cover sama boppa.
well
Cars, do you
Then,
help them when their personal cars have problems?
su ma déggoon bu baax mu ngi la.
Was an auction in council. In 2022, they had an auction in council.
nee na soo fàttale ko ati 2022 nee na.
Were you asked to assess the conditions of these vehicles before they are being?
pour nga dem check leen balaa ñu jaay leen.
no boobu mosuta am.
When was this last one?
nee na bii bu mujjee bi kañ la woon. two years back.
All right.
ñaari at daal.
I think.
Now, unless there are other questions, I will check.
mu ne.
So you want to talk about?
nee na sa liggéey bi ni mooy domee wala sa place liggéeykaay.
li ma bëgg a wax mooy.
yes, all I want to say is that.
su fekkee ñoom téye nañ ñu téye bu baax.
If I
kon
told these
liggéey bi
people-
dina gën a ëpp fii.
they consider my genius not to work, let them just relax while I'm angry.
yes.
Yes?
Kujabi, thank you so much.
nee na
If
Mr.
we-
Kujabi thank you.
If we need to call you back to clarify any issue, we will do so.
nee na suñu amee téyaate.
Please, can you call in the next?
ok.
continuation of your testimony before this Commission of Inquiry into Local Government Councils and
Good afternoon, ma'am.
You're welcome back.
Thank you.
You were asked to provide some
Cash book.
Yes, please. Cash book from 2018 to 2023?
Yes. Confirmation and everything.
So it's two accounts, Trust Bank and Vista Bank. The cash book for year 2020 is not okay. I'd like to tender the original offer of appointment and confirmation letter.
They were all submitted at your office?
With the audit
Yes.
and somewhere at the stores.
Okay. Now we will give you up to next week Thursday to continue to check so that you can bring the cash book for us.
Vista Bank and Trust Bank account number. That way you can take back your 2 books, okay?
All right.
We also applied to tender 5 cash books from year 2018.
February 1998 with reference KMC/ADM/staff, arrest to Basiru Tal, PC, and Commander Municipal Police. With the subject confirmation, it is signed by Ibrahim Adijoba. It's a copy to the Chairman KMC, the Treasurer KMC, EDPC KMC.
It's from 2018 to 21, 22, and 23.
Period 2018, 2019, 2021, 2022, and 2023 are admitted in
Sotage. You made a payment, transaction amounting to 4,600,000. And you said you've made 2 installment payments for these. If the payment record is in the cash book.
Yes, ma'am.
In which of the cash books? Cashier.
Yes.
Okay. Mr. Tal, can you remember the receipt in there?
That's what I'm checking.
Time and also give you ample time to look out for receipt of these two payments that you claim in your statement for shortages. You can take it to the investigators from here,
All right.
and then the receipt, then we will list, or if it's convenient, tomorrow morning, you can just, you claim to pay it, but then if the receipts are nowhere to be seen, then we are not seeing. Do you understand? Mr. Tal?
All right, ma'am.
Tomorrow morning to show us the receipt of payments that he had done.
Yes, Mr. Tal, that was dated the 23rd of August 2024. The second paragraph. What I see, maybe
That's
what is there? What is written on that? Yes, so now, what do you want us to do? This typing error.
ma'am.
Yes, so please correct it. Including the 2023 to the internal audit department.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So it should be there. If it is not in the store, it should be with the correct. Your cash book for 2021. To help us understand. You also have another TR number. Then you have the particulars stroke details. Then you have the amount, then you have the total, then you have balance, then you have final distinction. And how would we understand which of the books you are using?
It should be invoice number.
Wait, don't change it. It's your book. Don't
It
change
should be invoice number.
The receipts, the TR after the date, voice numbers are not in sequential or particular zone, and you are collecting your.
Normally, it's left to the business.
I mean, I have seen, but it's not. It's two numbers ending 56, 57, 58. See that in your entry.
Yes.
Right, which is correct.
Yes.
But the invoices, it is not in.
When he paid, for example,
Okay.
and the invoice number is 54.
Two different things. I'm not talking about this because the invoice is something that is that not the case?
The invoices are given before the payment.
Yes, supposed to pay their license. And you are doing a full rent, that is a different end of the street coming upward. You may not have, you understand, you may not have. They should be sequential and they should.
All the payments are not the same date.
No, I'm not talking about the payment. I'm talking about the issuing. I'm not talking about the payment. That is what I want you to confirm.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
When you go to collect,
Yes.
you don't meet the person there.
To invoice a person that is when you come back to collect the money. Is that not the case?
Yes, they told me that.
Mr. Boja, let me show you what I'm talking about. Now, you look at invoice number 79.
Yes.
Have our Nur and Hadi, you have invoice number 44. Referring to. Why didn't you have this in sequence? Like if you have, do you have The invoice is
brought here.
it has been brought here?
Yes.
Okay. These variations here.
All right, ma'am.
Where you do not have, you did not make any entries on that one. But for example, in this case, Suleiman and his balance was 4,200. So in the final TR,
When they do final payment, the actual date of payment will not be the same. It will record in the front pages when he made payment.
I don't understand. With different dates, starting from the week. So how can you enter that in the front page? I'm saying this because you presented, particularly KMC, in the sense that what is happening on the ground. For example, if you were in Zone A, when you collected for year 2021, the balance, and what is the arrears?
We do know it.
You do know
End of year, yes.
How?
Our manager
Don't present that information to them.
to the manager.
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
All right. We'll get them to explain to us. So 20 cash book. And thank you for coming. Your cash books, we will call you back to do some clarifications. All right?
All right, ma'am.
Thank you so much. You are discharged, Mr.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Madam
Mr.
Chair.
Tan. Yes, is that all for today?
Yes, that's all for the witness. We'll go through his cash book and then we'll list through the registrar to call him in.
Mr. Bitte, tell Mr. Bitte so that you can hand him over his bank books.